The Kingdom of Kush was a civilization based in the Nile Valley in what is now Sudan. The Kushite kings were engaged in conflict with the downstream Egyptian civilization. Much of the area of Kush, also known as Nubia, came under the control of Egypt during the New Kingdom period, around 1500 BC and up to 1070 BC. These two kingdoms broke apart after the Bronze Age collapse had weakened Egypt. While Kush remained culturally close to Egypt, such as the worship of Amun, the Kushite culture remained distinct, and Kushites were distinguished in Egyptian art by their clothing and their appearance, being of darker skin, cropped hair, and wearing more colourful patterns and animal hides, as well as large earrings. The Egyptians also distinguished them as the Egyptians are often depicted on chariots, whereas the Kushites are riding horses. In around 790 BC, the Kushite led a conquest of Egypt and attempted to expand into the Near East. After being defeated by Sargon II of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, who eventually turned and led a successful conquest of Egypt in return, leading the Kushite to retreat back to Meroe in Nubia, where they began to build pyramids in the Egyptian style, although far more numerous but smaller. While they were in control of Egypt, the Kushites expanded much of Egypt's religious buildings, particularly under the rule of Pharaoh Tarakwa. They also introduced their own style of statue with distinctive headdress and iconography, particularly the introduction of the vulture onto the headdress, which was associated with southern Egypt and Nubia. In many ways, this was actually a revival of Egyptian culture, which had been in a state of decline for around 300 years. However, this was not enough to hold off the advance of the Assyrian Empire, and eventually they had to retreat back to their capital at Meroe, which remained a powerful kingdom until around the 4th century AD.